Hey everybody, it's Pastor Hugo. Welcome to this week's devotion for our readings from Mark, a summer of resting and growing in Mark. And this week we're in Mark chapter 5. Mark chapter 5 is an interesting chapter. We see three stories, three interactions Jesus has, and something that's common to all three is in all three of the cases, these people coming to Jesus are desperate. Starts with a demon-possessed man, a man who's been locked up outside the city, out by the cemetery. They put him in chains, and he's broken the chains. Nothing could hold him. And when Jesus comes to him, he's desperate, and he thinks Jesus is there to do battle, to torment him, and he begs Jesus not to do that. And Jesus winds up healing the man of the demon possession. And then there's a response. I want to come back to his response in just a minute, and then I want to compare it to the other two responses. The second desperate person is a lady who's been sick for 12 years, and she spent all of her money on doctors, and she's only gotten worse. And she thinks if she can just touch the hem of Jesus' robe, she will be healed. And so she does that, and she is healed. And Jesus tells her, go in peace. For the first time in 12 years, go in peace. And then the final story is a synagogue ruler named Jairus, a man of authority, a man with a high position, but a man whose daughter was dying, and he had no authority to help his daughter who was dying. And so in desperation, he goes to Jesus. And while Jesus is en route to the man's house, the girl dies. And Jesus shows up and raises her from the dead, but then he tells them very strictly not to tell anyone about this. That was their charge. All right, now back to the demon-possessed man. The guy had been chained up, broken the chains, lived out by the tombs, and Jesus heals him. And two interesting things happen after the healing. The first is the response of the people who were used to seeing the guy chained up or out by the tombs. And it says this: they came to Jesus and saw the demon-possessed man, the one who had the legion, sitting there, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. This guy's healed, and they're afraid of him. And they asked Jesus to leave because this guy's been healed. It's a rather strange reaction Mark records for us. But then we get the demon-possessed man himself. Jesus gets in the boat. He's ready to cross back over to the other side. And the man who had been healed from the demon wants to get in the boat with Jesus and go with Jesus wherever he's going next. And Jesus tells him this instead: go home to your friends. Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he's had mercy on you. Go home to your friends and tell them what Jesus has done. You know, we have all been desperate in our lives, and we've all had God deliver us through a number of different things. I think Jesus' words to this man are words to us as well. Go home to your friends. Tell them how much the Lord's done for you. Tell them about God's mercy. I think that's a great one for all of us to work on this week. So let's get together Sunday, discuss this in depth, 8:30 in the Church Fellowship Hall or on Zoom. Contact me if you'd like to be part of the Zoom. Have a great week. Bye-bye.